In the race. There is one less candidate in the race for the presidency tonight. Delaware Senator Joseph Biden dropped out of the hunt today, saying the disclosures about his plagiarism in law school and his exaggerations about his academic record made it impossible for him to continue.
I do it with incredible reluctance, and it makes me angry. I'm angry with myself for having been put myself in the position of having to make this choice.
The Delaware Democrat is the second candidate to be forced from the race by questions of character and integrity. Gary Hart dropped out earlier this year. There is one less candidate.
Hasn't it been fascinating to watch a United States senator slowly but ever so surely, day by day, speech by speech, commit political suicide? It is Senator Biden, of course, whom we are talking about, and the most monumental series of gaffes and goofs since Gary Hart invited reporters to follow him around to see if he was a womanizer. Now, some have called to complain about the press for picking on Senator Biden. A man should be allowed to make a mistake, they say. There's validity to that. No one's perfect. But the senator's fault is that he continues to make the same mistake almost every time he opens his mouth, whether he's using Neil Kinnock's or Bobby Kennedy's or anybody else's words as his own, or lying about his standing in his law school class near the bottom instead of the top 10%, or even about the number of undergraduate degrees he got. And hasn't it been fascinating to watch?
Again, the question of character dominates presidential politics. First, it was Gary Hart who pulled out of the race because of his relationship with Donna Rice. Today, it was Democratic Senator Joseph Biden. In his case, the transgression was using other people's words and ideas while embellishing his own record. Here's John Dancy.
Joe Biden found himself living the presidential candidate's worst nightmare. Television crews lying in wait for him everywhere, at the train station where he wasn't, and at home where he was. The camera's presence part of this year's now familiar drama, The Candidate in Trouble. This afternoon, the familiar end to the drama, as Biden pulled out of the presidential race.
I made some mistakes, but now the exaggerated shadow of those mistakes has begun to obscure the essence of my candidacy and the essence of Joe Biden.
Once again,
at Syracuse Law School, Biden was involved in a plagiarism incident. He quoted 5 pages of someone else's work without proper citation. He was given an F, but appealed to the faculty and allowed to repeat the course. He got a B. This comes in the middle of another controversy about plagiarism in Biden's campaign speeches. Today, he dismissed charges that he routinely adopts phrases from other politicians' speeches. Called it much ado about nothing. Essentially, Biden said, everyone does it.
The notion that every thought or notion or idea you'd have to go back and find and attribute to someone, I think is, quite frankly, ludicrous.
But to the political community in Washington, it all seems of a piece.